Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here and welcome back to another episode of Leicester Reborn. In today's episode we have got Bilbao in the Champions League for our first ever game in the save in the UCL, and then we have got Manchester United in a game which is first v second in the Premier League. Without further ado, let's get straight into the episode, but as always, links down below, give it a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're enjoying the content, and lastly, we are of course live on Twitch. Have a day off on the Monday, it's the day after a long poker series, always take the day off, and Dim's predicting a 3-1 win here against Bilbao in our first game of the Champions League. I think that is something we should do. We're going to start with the Champions League, and our league phase games are pretty okay, to be fair. We've got Bilbao, Atlanta, who we beat in pre-season, Sevilla, Ajax, Antwerp, Sporting at home, and then Atletico Madrid and Leipzig. I would say all the way up to Atletico Madrid and Leipzig, we probably could win every single game if we play to our best, and hopefully we will. Secondly, we have made some signings here to the squad. Players that maybe you won't see straight away, but players that you might see in a few years' time. The main reason we've done that is we've had a pretty poor intake last year, and apparently it's based on how well your 21s and how well your 18s play. Our 18 squad's okay, it's not great, it's not bad. We've got some decent kids playing in the 18s, which is not bad. But our 21s, outside of these guys kind of here, all these guys aren't particularly great in the team. But we've made some signings and we're going to go through that as well. We're going to start though with one man, and his name is, where is Lucas Moura? Said to me he wants to leave on a free. Oh, okay. So we transfer listed him on deadline day and we bought someone in on deadline day to replace him because we're going to move Will Alves to the left, Lynch through the middle, and we bought a right winger. He decided to turn down West Ham and Ajax, saying, no, I don't want to go there. I was like, oh, okay. He was apparently extremely interested and said he didn't want to go there. So then we offered him out again, and Everton made a bid. I don't want to go there. Offered him out again, and Everton made an 8 mil bid. Talked to him, and he goes, I'm not particularly interested. I then threatened him, and he said, okay, I'm interested in going, I'll go. And then rejected the contract. Deadline day left. He then asked me that he wants to leave on a free. I said, okay, whatever. Transfer listed him again to get some money. Everton go, yeah, we'll take him one more time. Spoke to him, and this time he goes, yeah, I'm extremely interested in joining Everton, I'm happy to. Rejects the contract. Do think it's a bug in the game, but it does look likely we're going to lose Lucas Moura on a free transfer, which is detrimental to what we're doing. But yeah, that caused us to go on deadline day to sign some players, and deadline day was a busy period for us. With that being said, we didn't sell anyone on deadline day or anything like that. We did, sorry. Boubacar Samar, we sold. Got 30 mil with clauses, 25 mil up front. We're playing 45k of the 47k that is at Benfica at for the next year and a half. But he was on 100k here and not playing. So got the wage off, got good money into the football club. We had a look at the transfers, 65 mil, 124. Financially over 70 million now in the club, which is great. And that allows us to go for the future. 2 future transfers coming in. One's George Gibson. Didn't have a scout report. Saw his second nationality was English. It was like, oh, you'd be pretty good for the 18s when you turn 18. I just saw pace and crossing. He's probably a good enough player that he'll probably kill it in the 18s and the 21s, but not really going to amount to too much here. The second player, however, came out at Sheffield Wednesday. I don't think he's going to be that hot prospect now because I just bought him. He was, though. His name's Stuart Warren. 15 years of age, joining us next in 6 months' time when he's allowed to move. Got very well-rounded stats, like a lot of 8s and 9s, which will definitely get the 12s and 13s because he's 15 years of age. Few 15s, including determination as well. So I think because of how well-rounded he is, he will develop into a pretty good left-back. Think he's fantastic for the future. When you don't get a good intake, you need to go raid some other intakes. And, well, he's in for 4.5 mil with no future fees, which is beautiful. And that's also what we've done with a couple other players here. Now, the big one is Ronnie. I've never used him. My mate Paul, who I do a podcast with and whatever, loves this guy, signs him whenever he saves. This is the first time I've ever used him, so I know if you've seen him on a lot of other saves, I do apologise. But when Lucas Moura was going, I was like, we need a winger to come in, and Rooney was that guy. Wonder kid, 18 years of age, 1 cap for Sweden, 11 mil, which is his release fee in general. Rejected Bayer 04 and deadline day to come to us. I just think he's a fantastic footballer. Played 1 game in the league because we rotated against Brentford just gone. He got a 7. Very, very happy. Next one was Giuliano. He responded a regent out at Norwich. He's a Brazilian. He's a Brazilian Englishman who was their best prospect, and very much like Warren, at 16 years of age, has a lot of all-roundedness about him that I think he could become good. Remember, a 3-star is a good Premier League player, so if you get people from your own academy to become good Premier League players, you're in a very good spot. With that being said, fairly well-rounded at 16 years of age, quite a lot of 9s and 10s, pretty decent physicals and not bad mentals as well. I think he's a very good fullback. We'll track his progress and maybe he'll become very good down the line. The last one with that one there is Abukoda Agu, the Nigerian. I've absolutely butchered that first name. What we've done with him is a lot of his deal is over time. So they get 20% or 30% of the profit if we sell him on. It's 2.5 mil up front with 4 mil over 3 years. So that's a guaranteed 6.5 mil, right? That's 6.5 mil right now. And then a lot more depends if it can go up to 18. I think if he plays 50 games for us, it's 5 mil. If he plays 20 games for Nigeria, they get 2.5 mil. If he scores 20 goals, they get like a few mil there as well. What I've done is put a lot of clauses on going, I think the potential on him is great, but I don't see him being good. Unlike the other players, this guy's not well-rounded. You know, a lot of bad technicals, a lot of 3s, a lot of 4s, a lot of 6s. The only things that are good is his actual ability to play like in Gutch or an advanced playmaker. That's the only things that are decently good on him. What I will say there is that being at 16, these will develop, but they won't develop to be good. But the things that are 11, 12, 13s need to develop very quickly. So with me, I think this is a very risk-free transfer because if he doesn't develop, he never plays. It's only 6.5 mil. He probably helps at the 18s and the 21s stay in the top flights of their respective competitions with a lack of players. And I think he's a very good footballer, so I think he's fantastic there too. A couple of other players that you might be thinking, yet again, I didn't have a scout report on Pickford. He's an English USA lad. Picked him up as a backup keeper just in case, no good. The other one though, Matt Rimmer. Definitely keep your eye out on Matt Rimmer. Picked him up from Ross County on a free, on an amateur contract there, was their best hot prospect. Has got the ability to become a good to a decent Premier League player with those sort of star ratings. With that being said, he's already scored a couple of goals in the 21s at 17. If he hits the mental side of the game, with most of them getting the 15 and his physicals get going, he could become quite the backup striker for us in the future as well. So, yeah, keep an eye out for Matt Rimmer too. So that's what's going on there. Bit of deadline day, bit of poaching. Nothing wrong with that. We were on stream. We thought we may as well. And now we've got Babao in the Champions League. And apparently I'm not at the game. So apologies for that because that's 7 minutes gone down the drain. We then got Man United. And, Man United, first versus second. We beat them in the FA Cup last year. It'll be interesting to see how we go. Now, in terms of results since you guys last saw us was, of course, Chelsea and Liverpool. We beat Brighton 2-1. We drew to West Ham, our only game that we dropped points. We did semi-rotate in that one there. We beat Spurs 5-1. We went ballistic. And Elise was pretty damn good in the game against Villa, I think. He had a game, Elise, where it was outrageous. There he is, against Brighton, where he went ballistic. But yeah, we've looked very good. We Brentford 3-1 with a rotated side of Iheanacho scoring a hat-trick in our most recent game. And yeah, if our rotated side's winning, even though they didn't play particularly great against Brentford, it puts us in good stead for the season for when we need to rotate in other competitions, etc. Now, our team is full strength and ready to go. We have a few guys there that aren't 100% on the bench, but our first 11 is full strength. And that's Melier. Livramento's had an outrageous start to his career here in a Leicester shirt. Omar Bumbadello with Marsha and Christensen. Teram has scored a few goals already from the middle of the park in the Prem with Lavia. Elise has been outrageous. Scott's having his best year in the Prem so far. Last year did absolutely nothing. This year's got 3 and 6 with an assist. And we've got Barnes and Quoll's been scoring as well this year. So, yeah, the team looks very, very good. Without further ado, let's get straight into this game here. Let's go see what we can line up as, see if we can win here against Babao. It's the Champions League, lads. Always an important one. And let's see what we can do. Yeah, Bertie, I got Quoll up front. I do have Garan Quoll up front here at Leicester. Bertie's just seen it. Yeah. Williams, Muniin, Herrera, Sanchez, Williams, Vencedor, Ingo Martins. Very similar side. It's a good side that they have there, Babao, for now. And let's go underway. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, Suter's still here. He plays in my backup side. Scores occasionally. Just Mr. 6'5" Harry Suter. Anyway, I feel like we're going to do anything in this Champions League this season. We have to beat Babao at home. But we'll wait and we'll see what happens. First highlights, Ingo Martin is going long and Williams is in and we're 1-0 down. Great stuff. Wow. 1-0 down. Ingo Martinez pumps one. I don't know what Livramento's doing. I've just spoken about how good he's been this year, and then there we go. 1-0 down to Atletico Bilbao. Maybe the occasion's getting to us. Christensen wins, but we're not going to get on that. But it falls to Marsha, heads into Scott, finds Thuram. Oma Bombadele. If there's any consolation to everyone watching, we've conceded in every game basically today. So I guess this is just the norm for us, is just to concede goals, which makes no sense. But yeah. Anyway, Thuram finds Elise. Livramento. Ball to Elise. Can he cut? He does. Scott volleys in. Alex Scott is playing a lot like he was in the Championship than he was playing last year in the Prem. He's getting into great areas and scoring goals. Elise with an assist. He's been fantastic this season in moving the ball and getting in great areas. And, well, Livramento finds Elise. A great little cutback to Scott. And Scott volleys home, and it is 1-1. Nestri isn't a wonder kid. He's got decent potential in this save. But he's declared for Tanzania and makes it very hard to get a work permit for him, unfortunately. Or else I would have signed him too, Bertie, don't worry. Oma Bombadele finds Thuram. Thuram now with a ball looking for Elise. I'm going to find him with that one there. Now, we could press and maybe force him long and win it. Asbergalaga, however you say that. I don't think that's actual Kepa. Maybe it is. Is there. Elise, what a touch. Comes inside, driving. What a run. Outside of the right boot, not preferred. It doesn't get there. I'm guessing it is the actual Kepa. No, it's Julian. There we go. Related to Kepa? Fair enough. He's Basque, that's all that matters. And there we are, 45 minutes played. It is 1-1. And for a game that we should have, on paper, dominated, and I don't know. Bilbao later in saves because they rely on a lot of regen players aren't particularly great. Bilbao early on, got a good squad. Anyway, Oma Bombadele, Thuram, Lavia. Jose Marsha, Thuram. Looking for the runner, Harvey Barnes. Does well, heads to no one in particular. Flicked away. Livramento wins. Volleys! Oh, it wasn't far. Was not far at all from Livramento. That would have been a wonder strike and a half. As it stands, we've been the better side, but it is 1-1, and we haven't created too much. Harvey Barnes not 100% out there. Both fullbacks looking a bit dead. Elise whips one in there. No one wins. Scott. Elise. Driving, running, wins another corner. Should have cut it. It's always in a good area though, is Mr. Elise. Change is about to be made. That is for sure. Elise whips another one in. Marsha heads into the bar and it comes out. How that comes out, we do not know. That was a great header. That should have been in. Elise again with a good ball in. Marsha heads just over again after winning it. Looking good out there, but we're not finding the goal. With that being said, Ian actually just scored a hat-trick, so you're in, buddy. Harvey Barnes is coming out here. We're going to bring in Rooney on the other side. Livramento's pretty dead. Suffering from a knock. Marsha seems to be dead too. This is not good. Harry Suter from the corner is what I'm thinking, just from what I've seen. I think Luke Thomas to help on the overlap as well. Bit more fresh legs at the back. Help nullify Bilbao. They've done not much today, Bilbao. They've scored from a long ball, which we missed a header with. And yeah, Ingo Martinez. Brenniger goes long. Missed header again. We've let Williams in. Thankfully, that goes over the bar. I would have been livid if we conceded like that. 2 times in the same game, 2 missed headers by both fullbacks. Anyway, Luke Thomas on a run. Finds Rooney. Cuts. Keeps going. Rooney. Oh, good save there from Julian Asbuzagalaga. Yeah, I've said that like that properly. Don't worry, I'm not having a stroke. Elise now. 73rd minute. Ball in. Harry Suter! Oh, he was there for that particular reason. They've gone long very quickly. To no one in particular. Justin's going to head here to Luke Thomas, and that's going to be that. Luke Thomas on a run. Highlight still going. Inside of Rooney. He goes for goal. Kepa saves. Iheanacho gets there, and it's cleared. He doesn't shoot. We'll cut it. Thuram wins again. Highlight still going. We're all over him. Elise. James Justin. Ball in back stick. Rooney, what a ball from Justin. What a ball from James Justin. Eat your heart out, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Who are you? His name is James Justin and he is the GOAT. What a ball. What a header by Rooney to score his first goal for Leicester. We lead 2-1. Picks it up, one touch, and drills it to the back stick. And Ronnie heads home. I know it's Ronnie, but I like saying Rooney. And there we go. It's 2-1. There we are. What a goal, boys. We have dominated Bilbao here. We've come back from 1-0 down and we lead 2-1. I'm going to stay in the same system because we've dominated so much, I feel. Well, maybe we might adapt it a little bit here. But anyway, Ingo Martinez goes long. Should be our ball with James Justin. Thuram needs to win the header and does. Elise now. Ian Nacho made a run. Didn't find him. Ian actually made the run and then kind of stopped the run. But yeah, anyway, they go long. Elise wins. Scott. Lavia looks for Rooney. There he is again, the wonder kid. Poor touch, wins it back, cuts it in. Naturally, it's all over, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is all over. With that being said, wing back on support. A wing back on support there as well. Segundo Volante now going to go into defensive midfielder on support. And that's going to go to positive. And we're going to go just a little bit less tempo and a touch more time wasting. That is done. Dim predicted 3-1 and Dim's on for 3-1. Time ticks away, 4 minutes of out of time. Dim Sim predicts a 3-1 and gets it. And well, from there we are. From 1-0 down, we win 3-1 at home. Absolute domination here in the Champions League. That was superb. And now, in a few days' time, we've got Manchester United in a big game in the Premier League. But Rooney scores his first goal. And lads, we're very, very happy with that one there. Here we are, YouTube. We have got a game here against Man United we're about to get into. First things first in the inbox. The board have just offered me a new deal, which I will be accepting, of course. My contract doesn't run out for 2 more years, but they're going to give me a new one. Very glad they are because I plan on rotating against Spurs in 2 days' time after this game and probably get knocked out the Carabao Cup again in the early rounds after getting knocked out by Manchester City. But yeah, in terms of the team, we did fully rest them for 3 days, so it's the same side that beat Atletico Bilbao. Got a few knocks and whatever on the bench, but we should be okay outside of that. And let's get straight into it here with the same side that beat Bilbao, and now it's Man United at Old Trafford. We don't have a good record against Man United at Old Trafford, but we have a good record against United at Wembley, which is the main thing. Same with Liverpool. Can't beat Liverpool. Except if it's at Wembley, generally. Anyway, they got De Gea still in goals, Dalot, Varane, Martinez, Malacia, Casemiro, Sidewell, Sane, Fernandes, Rashford, and Osimhen. They signed Sane, yeah, they did. So he was on there on loan, and they signed him. Adrizola not on the bench, Bobby on the bench. Yeah. And yeah, but we look pretty good, and hopefully we play and go well. I think it's good for us that Todibo is not starting and Martinez is, because we can still get some backstick headers for Elise or Qual if possible. Anyway, we'll take a draw here as well. I don't know if we are, it's a bit too early to say we are, truly in the title hunt, but considering what happened last year, I think we will be around the mark this year to push for the Premier League title. Anyway, Dalot now with a ball inside of Rashford. He goes over the top looking for Victor Osimhen, and it's Osimhen, so he probably scores. And yeah, he's a bit unstoppable, that boy in FM, Victor. He's a very, 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 very good footballer. A very good footballer. With that being said, that's 1-0. 12 minutes played. Rashford driving inside. Looks there for Osimhen. Into Sane. Sane now. Picked off by Lavia. Harvey Barnes. Scott. Got absolutely mauled. And Sane again with a ball into Rashford. Rashford dinks. 2-0 down inside 13 minutes. 2 goals in 2 minutes. We are getting pummeled by Man United. Well, this has not gone against the script. This has not gone according to the script. We've gone very against it. If you have a look at the stats of the game, we've had 58% possession, which means we're getting enough of the ball to create. But United have hit us on the break twice, and it's 2-0. Osimhen is a poacher. Yeah, that sounds something that could be quite saucy. But yeah, outside of that, United dominating. We never seem to travel well to Old Trafford, which is annoying. But yeah, we stemmed the flow. At one stage, it looked like it was going to be 4 or 5-0. Instead, it's not. We're going to thrash our arms, and hopefully the boys decide to go out there and play a little bit better now. But yeah, a very hard game after a Champions League game is never easy. And Rashford now, inside. Drives. Big switch. Out there to Leroy Sané. Rafael Varane. These guys won the Champions League last year over Liverpool in a penalty shootout. Meslier claims. Can we build from the back? Can we create something from the back and see what we can do? Omar Bambadele. Lavia dropping in. Finds Thuram. Very good ball. Scott's there. He can turn. Garen Cole made a run. Ignored it. Livramento. Feet of Elise. Thuram. Lavia. Time to hit maybe. Barnes, Quoll, Christensen. What movement? Needs a goal. Garen Quoll. It's blocked by Martinez. Oh, what a move. That was superb. Coast to coast. Eat up the pressure. The great ball to find Thuram for Meslier opened it all up. And that deserved a goal. And unfortunately for us, it was blocked in the 6-yard box. We did everything right but the finish. And Garen Quoll's match rating went all the way down to 6.1 because he missed. That was superb from us. That deserved a goal. Time ticks. We've got a few tired legs out there. I think we are going to move into 4-4-2. We'll see who's tired. So Alex Scott's tired. Elise's tired. Lovey is tired. All right. We're going to get Iheanacho in as a poacher. Scott is going to come off for Drewsbury Hall. Elise is going to come off for Rooney, who's going to go in as an inverted winger on attack. And Livramento for James Justin, who set up a very brilliant goal in the Champions League last game. Think that's going to be the changes here. 4-4-2. Highlight. Reason why we left them cautious, we hit them on the break, but we might have to go to attacking, but hopefully we score from this or we lose it trying to play. Anyway, Marshall wins it back and then loses it again. We win it back with Christensen. James Justin looks for Rooney, doesn't find him. And James Justin decided he didn't want to run after it and let Sancho get there. Sancho, one of the biggest flops in English football at the moment, finds the ball out to Dalot. Rafinha, he's going to score. He should have. With that being said, we're now going to move to an attacking system and we are going to go out of possession a little bit more further forward, prevent the distribution, and we're going to look long over the top to exploit the pace. 15 minutes to go. We need a goal. Meslier is going to go long. We're going to look to create some havoc with Iheanacho and everyone up front. Iheanacho wins. Rooney now. Needs a runner. Goes himself, actually. Ball inside. Poor. Yet again, it's just another ball inside that we've not been able to pick out. Sancho. Justin should win that and left it again. What are you doing? Varane. Martinez. Shaw. Sancho. Justin wins. Rooney now. Thuram gets squeezed. Marsa wins, but straight to Martinez. Sidewheel. Osimhen looked slightly offside. It was a good save from Meslier. It was offside though. And this is what I mean. We've had moments to get in behind. We just played the wrong ball at every time. Not a highlight brewing here. We need to win the ball back. De Gea. Look, the squeeze with two up front. Varane. Now we need to force De Gea long if we can. We don't even make a pressing run there, Garen. Now we do. Now we need to squeeze the lot and win it. Oh, nearly did. Rafinha, should he pick him up? Somehow between three of them, Rafinha gets through. Wow. It's just been one of those days where also nearly moments have not gone our way. Like every half little moment, the press has been good, but they've gotten out of it. Every moment going forward has gone in. Deflection that falls to Osimhen inside the box. It's 3-0. We don't deserve to lose 3-0 today. We've had moments. Everything's come from, we had a half moment forward. That ball there, this ball here. Instead, we haven't played it. It's one of those games where you look at it and it's 3-0 and you're like, is it really, really 3-0? Like, we've not scored with the chances we've created, really? Very disappointing performance. We're going to throw our hands on our hips and tell them they were absolutely putrid. We're probably going to lose to Spurs here as well, but that's that. And yeah, that is all she wrote here for that one there. We lose against United. We go 2 points behind them now in the league. Look, if we win the title this year, great. If we don't, we don't. But Champions League, great start. I want to make it to the quarterfinal in our first year, and hopefully we will. With that being said, I'm going to see you guys next time for another episode. Thank you very much for checking out another stream. I'll see you guys then. Thank you and goodbye.